You're on.
Hey there, my name's Nate. We're here at Nate's Premium Athletes in Schaumburg, Illinois. Today I want to go over a little bit of rehab work for those athletes of you out there who are trying to prevent stress fractures in the lower back and also coming back from stress fractures. So we're going to go through some core work. Just to get started though, I want to go through a couple of things. We're going to be working our transverse abdominis, which runs like a cummerbund, all right, and that's our deep ab muscle. So we need to make sure that we find that connection between activating our core or transverse muscle. So without further ado, I'm going to walk back and we're going to start, okay? The first position that we'll get into is just called a cat position. We're going to start with our hands about shoulder width apart. My knees are about also shoulder width apart. And what I want to do here first is I want to bring my butt or my very lower back, the sacrum right here, I'm going to bring that into a neutral position. So I'm going to start to shift, all right? And from there, I'm going to work my way up each vertebrae all the way up to the cervical. So it looks like this. I'm here, I'm tucking. As I'm doing that, I'm drawing my abs in. Work my way all the way up to the neck. And then I'm going to work my way back down. You really want to think about using each separate vertebrae here, working our way down each time and back up. Good. From there, we're going to go ahead, we're going to sit back. All right, so from that cat position, we can go ahead and sit back. As the hips come back here, I want you to walk your hands forward, and we're just going to try to find a stretch here. All right, and then I'm going to bring my hands back, coming back up to neutral, back down. Each of these movements you can do about 4 to 6 reps, and you can do however many sets that you think that it takes. All right, from there, what I want you to work on, we're gonna go back to that cat position. And these are called bird dogs. The biggest thing here is we want to find our neutral first. Okay? Without trying to shift any weight off the hips, we're going to alternate right hand, left leg, and then left hand, right leg. Reaching out, trying to elongate there, okay? Like I said, you can do about 6 reps on each side. All right? From there, we're going to go ahead, we're going to bring it all the way down. All right? We're going to start with my hands folded and my forehead into my hands, all right? With the upper, we're going to start with just the upper body, all right? So we start, my forehead needs to stay into my hands. I'm just barely trying to bring my head off the ground. I need to make sure I keep the space between the chin and the chest the same. I'm trying not to flex the glutes, so I do not want to squeeze the glutes. I want to make sure the lower back gets that range of motion. So I'm here. All of these movements need to be nice, slow, very slow and controlled. The next part is we're going to keep our forehead down against the ground on top of our hands, and then we're going to move to the lower body, all right? So from here, I'm going to be down. Once again, you're trying not to lead with the glutes here. The glutes will activate, but don't make it just the glutes working here, all right? Okay, coming up and down. After that, you can bring them both together so that the upper body and lower body. So from here, as you can see, that's going to be a really slow and controlled motion. I want to go over one more thing today, all right? And what we're going to do is I want you to go ahead. We're almost going to get into a fetal position here. I want you to have the bottom leg, all right, that knee's going to be up a little bit higher. We want the head against the ground. What we're going to try to do here is you're going to lift that top arm. Once the top arm comes past your head, you can bring your head with it. As this is happening, I'm going to reach with this bottom hand away from, all right, trying to separate my ribs. As you do this, we need to make sure we keep the knees on the ground. And you're going to open up and just hold for about a 2 to 3 count. All right, and then we're going to come back to neutral. Each time here, try to work your way down to get into that lower back. All right, and depending on where your stress fracture was, maybe you have more pain in one side or the other. If that's the case, just flip it over. All right. Same thing here. As I'm coming up, real slow. Make sure that bottom knee's tucked up real high here. This exercise is really going to help your range of motion, okay? And so when you're going through these exercises, you need to make sure that you're slow and controlled, that transverse is working, all right? You're going through range of motion. The key here, most importantly, is stability in the core, stability in the spine, all right, and being able to have mobility, all right? That's all I want to go over today. I want to give a special shout out to Susan Hohenadel out in Kansas. And stay tuned for the next Nate's Premium Athletes video. Y'all take care.